In setting up the KPI states, you're going to encounter the most complex of the 5 steps you need to go through. During this, we're going to determine whether, for this KPI, high values are good and desirable, low values are desirable, or is it two-tailed, and the target is it desirable. Based on that, Oracle will sequence the colors below, either red, yellow, green, or in this case, green, yellow, red. Once it's laid that general template, you can go in and determine the details around each of those statuses. What the status name is, in this case we've used OK, warning, and critical. What the colors are we're going to use. What the icon set is to determine those colors. Any linked actions. As well as what color should be displayed if there's no data. Should it be grayed out, no status, the OK status level of green, warning of yellow, or critical of red. Then you can lay down the number that it's going to use in order to change status. So under the Score button, you have the choice of taking a look at either the actual value and putting that in, a percent of target threshold, a variance threshold, or what we'll be using here, a custom expression. The custom expression we're going to use is looking at the actual score that metric has received based on its performance. So the formula is similar to what we've seen before, where we're going to filter the database measures for the metric score using the metric code for the KPI that we're using in this particular case. To get the metric score, what we've done is we allow Oracle to calculate the score. We export that to Excel and then import it back in so that it's available as a database element. We've done this so we can access it later in OBIE. If you'd like to add more thresholds, just hit the green plus sign, and that way you could have 2 shades of green or 2 shades of red. On the right, we determine what is the numeric value that we should be reporting that will allow us to trigger from yellow to green and so forth. Again, you have the choice of doing it as a threshold percent of target value, or you can set up a formula. We chose to use a formula, and the formula is similar to what we've been seeing before, where we're going to be using the measures table. In this case, we're going to be looking at the field lower yellow threshold. So we've used the measure owner to tell us what is the score level at which we want that metric to turn from yellow to green. So again, in the measure table, down the bottom, we have the thresholds for both a 1-tail and 2-tail measure, and the measure owner just gives us the value. Likewise, for the red threshold, we do the same formula, but we're now using the value from the measures table called the lower red threshold.